Yeah, it's for everyone. It's everywhere. As you see the images there, it's in your phones. It's in your any technical device from your sprinkler systems to your watch. It exists, and this is why it's important for everyone to at least learn the fundamentals of AI. We can begin. So thank you for joining on this Friday. I'm gonna try to be fast. I'll try to speak slow because I always speak fast, and hopefully we can get through this quickly. The audio is off, but you can send messages in the chat. You can also add questions, and I'll try to answer those questions at the end. Also, there's a poll which you can also answer at the end as well. All right. Welcome. I am Clint Kane with Tech Wing Management, BizTech Advisory and Facilitation. A little bit about me. I've been in software engineering for about 20 years and really get into building applications from websites to native applications on the desktop to the mobile devices. And I got a little bit into leadership and working with roadmaps and workflows. So now with AI kind of taking over the world, trying to take AI and put it on top of that. This webinar is really meant for just a high level overview, just getting started with AI. All right, so the only thing I would like you to do is just keep giving me a little thumbs up, whether you're using the video or the chat, so I know you follow me. If I need to repeat myself, I'll go ahead and do that. All right. So this is intended to share some tips and tricks. Most of the content you're going to see here is research done by Tech Wing Management and myself using AI. I've been using ChatGPT for about 2 years, learning prompt engineering, having some deep conversations with the chatbot and learning a lot. I took some of my leadership work, management work, and application development knowledge, and I've been sharing that back and forth and learning some new things, some new tips and tricks. Every time I speak to someone about AI, it's like, hey, I didn't think to use it this way. This is the motivation for me writing a book and also doing this webinar today. All right, this webinar is most of the content you'll find here is mostly mine. I'll be sharing some PDF with you guys at the end. You can share accordingly, but for the most part, I'm going to take this. I'm recording it as well, package it up, and see if I can teach some more people about AI. All right, give me a thumbs up on that. All right, let's got all of that legal stuff out of the way. Boom. Let's look at the contents. What we're going to be covering today. Some AI basics, some fundamentals, a little bit of overview. We will take a little bit dive into the history of AI and also talk about some tips and tricks. Some of these tips and tricks you might know, maybe, and hopefully it's not. I'm also going to try to go through 3 demos in the allotted amount of time we have. And then lastly, I'll do some AI questions and answers. All right. All right, the first thing is I want to knock out some myths. I'm going to go over 3 questions that I've heard a lot and just kind of give you my answer. The first one is AI only for tech companies? Yeah, it's for everyone. It's everywhere. As you see the images there, it's in your phones. It's in your any technical device from your sprinkler systems to your watch. It exists, and this is why it's important for everyone to at least learn the fundamentals of AI. Big tech is using AI a lot. You hear Google and OpenAI and Microsoft is using it over and over. And regardless if you want to use it or not, they're putting it in the tools that you're using every single day. Let's cover the next myth. Will AI replace me or my team? If your job is autonomous, brainless, then maybe, but most jobs is not. Most jobs do require some sort of thinking, some sort of cognitive challenges. So it would not replace you or your team. But if you or your team do not learn the fundamentals, then someone who knows the fundamentals will replace you. The whole concept of the future is human in the middle, which means it's important for you to understand how to send information into the AI and how to read the information coming out. One moment. All right. So it's important that whoever knows AI and knows how to supervise the AI, knows how to read the input, is those people that would continue to maintain their job and be productive with using AI. Thumbs up. The next myth, I have to spend a lot of time getting started. Spend time or money, and no, it's free to get started, and it's very easy to get started as well. 80 to 90% of mobile apps and services that you use for personal use, AI is already in it. The browsers is already starting to include it. It's here. So definitely choose your preferred one. Chat GPT is the one that I've been using for almost two years now. Notion is a knowledge-based application that's also using AI. So I put a lot of information in there, and I can use AI to kind of pull back some information for me. Canva is a marketing app. Meta AI, we're talking about Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Grok is pretty much Twitter or X. Copilot is Microsoft. Gemini is Google. Claude AI is mostly used for web development and coding. So I definitely use it for that, and it's very impressive. All right. So those are the three kind of myths that I wanted to cover. So I'm checking for some thumbs up. Just give me the thumbs up. All right, here we go. So we're doing good. Let's move on to the next piece. AI history. Let's start at the beginning here. How does this whole AI thing come about? In 1950s, the 1970s, the thinking machine is born. Events like the Dartmouth Conference in 1956 is where the term artificial intelligence was coined, and the new chatbot Elisa was introduced. Moving on to the 1980s, where expectation meets reality. This is where IBM really starts to get into using more of AI in their tools. We start to see more of it in the 2000s to 2010s. The data and deep learning starts. IBM Watson comes about. I remember IBM Watson. I remember being interested, like, hey, this is cool, but then life took over. In 2020 to present, you start seeing OpenAI releasing these generative AI. Generative AI means that you can give it input and it can generate responses in text or images, videos. And in today's world, as of right now, it has gotten a lot better at that. The conversational piece becomes mainstream. You're talking or chatting with AI and these chatbots, and it feels real. It feels real, right? And this is why it's important in 2025 to at least know the fundamentals, know how to use it, and know some of the tips and tricks that apply to what you care about most. All right, thumbs up. So the next step is really getting started. Some of you guys have already gotten started, but what I wanted to do is just kind of go over. If you haven't gotten started or you got through to one of these steps, and you're just not there yet, follow this. Start with what you know. Choose a tool. I've been sending out some emails, so I hope some of you guys have already choose one. ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, whichever you feel comfortable with. Understand the basic. Know how to use the tools and the features of the chatbot platform that you chose. Start simple. Start asking it factual questions. It's things that you already know. You already know about things in your industry, ask it that, and then you validate it. You're the validator. You're the human in the middle. Experiment. Oh, 1 second. Experiment. Try different type of commands. Try to make it do things. Try to be as specific as possible. If you want to generate an image, describe the image like if you are telling a story. Go deeper. Give it context. To tell it how you want the mood to be, the vibe in your input. And if it's not bringing back what you expect, go back again and try to tweak it some more. If eventually, once you get to that point, you're getting closer to becoming a guru. I'm not a guru yet. I'm working in it, but things like this is gonna help you. Webinars, tutorial, cheat sheets, things of the sort. Thumbs up. All right, so now I'm gonna dive into my first demo. So give me a second here so I can get set up, and we will take a dive into that. And while I'm getting set up, this is an opportunity for you to go ahead and add any questions, and I'll try to answer those at the end as well. Okay. The first thing we're going to try to attempt to demo here is how to use the LLM to create a post. And this post is specifically a LinkedIn post called a carousel. Carousel is you go to LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, they all have it. You see an image and you read it and you slide. That's the carousel. So we're gonna start from scratch, and I'll use Gemini for this example. So let's switch to that. So you should be able to see my Gemini screen. Okay, the first thing to start is to have what I call a prompt prefix. A prompt prefix is a set of text that you're gonna always send with all of your messages to keep the AI in context, right? So I prepared a little bit here. I'm gonna show you what I mean. This is my prefix. I'm gonna paste it in here. Match this tone, friendly tone. That's my prefix. So everything else that comes after that is my questions, is what I'm asking the AI to do. So this is a first example. I call it prompt prefix. Of course, you can have a prompt suffix as well. So something like, make sure you summarize the results that you return, or return this, make the results format in as a business plan, for example. So for our first challenge of trying to make this into a social media post, I'm going to grab the rest of the content that I prepared here. So first, you see I have my prefix, and then I have the remaining of my message. All right, for a small business owner, help me write 3 engagement sentences for LinkedIn posts about why I'm starting to use AI for my business. Make it honest, curious, and inviting engagement. Keep it concise and to the point. So let's go ahead and test that out. All right, this is the result. As you can see, it's all. I'm hoping you guys can see this and try to do it a little zoom in here. Hey everyone, as a small business owner, I'm always looking for ways to work smarter, not harder. Maybe sneaking an extra coffee break. You see, it's putting personality in there. That's why I'm honestly a little curious and all excited to start dabbling with AI to see how it can help my business grow. Right. So wonderful. So this is the first part. So I'm going to leave that here for a while. What I'm going to do next is jump over to Google Slides. I could have used one of the graphical programs like Canva or Adobe Express, for example. But I wanted to use a tool that we all have access to. So this is why I chose Google Slides. Let me share that tab. Now you should see the Google slide. If you go into Google Slides, and this is the first thing you're going to see, file new. It's a brand new presentation. But we're just creating one slide for this example. But first, as you see, it's in a landscape format, and we're going to change it to portrait first. So we're going to go to File, Page Setup, and change it to Custom. and 8.5 by, well, 8.5 by 11, and 5. Now I have the vertical view. I'm going to go back to now to my my prompt, and I'm going to make it better. But let's talk about making it better. For every post on the internet, on TV, on every ad you see, you usually follow a similar format that has 3 sections. One is the hook, the value, and the CTA. The hook is the big text to say, "Hey, come in here." Big jumbo noise to kind of grab your attention. The value is what you're trying to put out there for the visitors and followers, and of course the call to action is what you want them to do. That's important, because in our prompt, we're going to ask the AI to take our content and reformat it like that and send it back to us. All right, so I'm going to jump back over to Gemini, and there it is. And I prepared some text to make this go a bit faster. And so I'm going to grab that first just so you can see it all. I'm going to paste it in here. Using the hook value CTA framework and context is pretty much, let me take a zoom back out. This is my context. This is our original text that we have, right? And using the context, creating one slide used for content on LinkedIn as a document carousel. I could have just said keep carousel, but because LinkedIn sees it as a document, this is me being as specific as possible, right? All right, so now I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to say context and paste that right there. So I got a big long prompt. I'm going to send that in. And what's happening is Gemini is taking my input, analyzing, and returning the format. It opens up this side window, which Google is calling Canvas, and here you see it presented via post. The first part is the hook, like we talked about. The second part is the value that we're trying to give to our followers and visitors. And the last piece is the call to action, what we want them to do. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this over into the presentation. We'll start with the hook. And we're going to do some reformatting. I'm going to try to be as fast as possible, but this is totally up to you. So this first section is the hook is usually going to be on top. I'm just going to drag it up there, reformat in a second, and I'm not showing you that. So let me share that screen so you can see it. And there it is. I'm going to go back to the Gemini window and grab the value and paste it in there. But before I do that on this, if you're new to using Google Slides, right now I've highlighted. I'm going to hit Control or Command D to duplicate it. So I have 2. And put that one on the bottom for the call to action. Paste the value in there, and then going back over and grabbing the call to action. And this part now is the fun part. So I'm going to do some formatting. This is supposed to be large. I'm going to keep that highlighted and make it a bit bigger. Let's go like that. That looks good. I'm going to come into here, reformat this a tad bit. And put it like right there. Maybe a little bit longer. That's good. Then I have my my call to action. I'm going to make that centered. There it is. Did it get everything? Yeah. All right. And I want this to be a tad bit bigger. I'm going to make this a tad bit bigger. And then, since this is the call to action, I want this to also stand out. Okay, also stand out, and here we go. I'll go 14 for this one, and it's large and it's just ready to go. Now, this is the slide, but it ain't quite there. We still have to do some more formatting. So what I'm going to do is go over here to this stock and web, where I can use photos and images Google already have it in stock. I'm going to add it to our thing. This is about my AI business. I said AI business. And it's going to give me a bunch of options: stock, GIF, stickers. I'm going to go with stock images. And I'm just going to pick one. click that and it kind of puts it there. I like the little extra formatting. So to do that, I select the image. I'm going to go to this little three dots and find the crop icon. I'm going to crop it inside of a shape. Let's do that one. I don't like that one. Let's do it simple. Let's do this one. Bam. So all it did is just kind of rounded the corner. So we're getting close. But this, so far I've showed you how to get into the Google slide, take the content, paste it in here, and tweak. But maybe these stock images is something that everybody else can use. You can come into the Google slide presentation that's using Gemini, which is this right here, and this little box. It says replace image with Gemini. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to ask it for, give me a AI image to promote my business. It's generating while we wait. I'm getting there. Let's see what it comes up with. So again, if you have questions, go ahead and add it to the question and answer section in Google, and I'll answer. Attempt to answer if you have time at the end. Oh, it's taking longer than I expected. And then it dies. Beautiful. In the demo. You gotta love that. We didn't quite get that. Try it again. Give me an AI image that promotes my business for my presentation. You gotta love demos. Never works when you're doing it. I did this 3 times and it worked. It's all exactly. Something always goes wrong. I keep my fingers crossed. See if it works this time. Oh, you can do it. There we go. Boom. So it gave me 4 images here. You can go in and preview them. That one. I like that one that much. All right, I think I'm going to select this one. I'm going to hit insert. Wait a minute. It's supposed to replace my image, and it didn't replace my image like this shit. So I'm going to redo this and hope it works this time. Come on, AI, you can do it. Let's select that one. Replace. There we go. Finally. All right, cool. So now we have our one slide almost ready to go, but it's kind of bland. White background, not much going on. I'm going to close this. And in Google Slides, I'm going to hit theme. I'm just going to select one. And then, bam. At this point, we just have to do a small amount of modifications since the text is not working now. I'll just change the text color to a lighter color. Come on, work with me again. Text. There we go. And then reposition this so that it's readable. And boom, my slide is ready. Of course, you can design this and change it up in other ways. Once it's done and you're ready to save it, you go to File, Download PDF. Boom. For the sake of time, I'm not going to show you the rest. But what I will do is to send you a PDF at the end. The rest, all we have to do is take that PDF file that we just download, and go to the link and create a new post, select document, boom, you're ready to go. Okay, give me a thumbs up and make sure you're following on that one. Okay, all right. All right, so that concludes the first demo. And I should be sharing the presentation again. So I'm going to give you some more tips and tricks. I did a little bit of research. Yes, I use AI to do it. And yes, I clicked on all of the resources, which I'll show you how I did that before. And that's how it's giving me these tips, saying that teams that use AI is actually more productive. So if you're using it, right, or if you're not using it in this fashion, make sure that when you use AI, when you send in your input, you define a role. Like AI, I want you to be this role. This is the task I want you to do, and give it as much context as possible. Make sure you always double check everything the AI give you before you present it or publish it out to anyone else. All right. Now let's go into the next demo. Next demo is using email and AI. In this demo, I'm going to show you Gemini, which is built into Gmail, and show you how it works there. But we realize that almost all of the email platforms uses some sort of AI within email as well. So Microsoft Outlook uses Copilot. So some of the things I show you here may not be exactly the same, but note it can do the same things. All right. So let me switch over to get you the other demo. And should be sharing this tab. This is my little demo folder. So you log into your Gmail. This can be your inbox. It can be a label. It could be anything. I'm going to go to the Gemini thing, of course, in Outlook. You look for the Copilot icon. If you're not using either one of these and using your own custom email, there's so many third-party applications that provides the same thing. So go ahead and click on that, and it should ask me here. Where is it? What can I do? What can Gemini do in Gmail? I'm going to copy this. It's usually a button, and I'm just going to paste it in so you can see it work live. And here it is. It's telling me all the things that you can do with AI in Gmail. Right? I can also ask it specific questions. And so let's try that. I'm going to go into this Google Workspace one right here. And I'm going to ask, here, it's perfect. What is this email about? If that right there was email about, I'm going to click that button. It's going to do its thing. It's going to tell me, get paid by referring people to Google Workspace. Gives me all the details. But oh, this is great. I was going to ask, so how does this help me? But I just noticed that it has some follow-up questions. This is also great and fast. I think it gives me all the details that I need there. I'm going to go back to the list. I'm going to try something else. And this, again, I've tested this with Copilot, and Outlook, and it works the same, where I'll say, show me the emails that I received on June 11th. To fix my spelling. And June 11th with label is me trying to be as detailed as possible. Demo. So I'm going to send that message to the AI, and it should filter this list for me. Right, and it worked. So just so much more you can do. Just wanted to show you a quick overview as well. Again, I have a PDF, but I'll give you at the end for you to test it yourself. All right. So that's the quick demo with email and AI. So let's talk about the next tip. Prompt frameworks reduce bad outputs by 70%. What is a prompt framework? Literally what I showed you earlier is a prompt framework. You can create your own frameworks on the fly. Defining your prompt prefix, suffix, and value, how you want the AI to respond to you is pretty much a framework. So you can build your own and say, hey, for workouts or for creating social media images, any of those things, you can kind of create it. And every time you want a new image or a new workout or a new business plan, you can use that as a framework, and you have a higher chance of getting something much more closer to what is truth. But still keep human in the middle. That pretty much means make sure you check and validate and make sure that what you're getting back is absolutely correct. One thing to note, avoid sharing sensitive information, any type of PII, which is personal identifiable information, or anything that can identify people or businesses. So when I use AI, if I'm referring to Clint, I don't put Clint in there. Gemini is different because they kind of got me. But if I'm using the other ones, then I definitely don't put names in there. I don't put anything that's specific, like domains or anything like that. All right. Let's move on to the next demo. Brainstorming and research. So a lot of the information, see, I've been presenting to you here today is based on me using AI to brainstorm and research. So let's go over that one really quickly. Since we used Google Gemini earlier, we'll use ChatGPT this time. So I got that ready. Okay, so this one is simple. I think we all here have used search engines, Google, Yahoo, MSN, Bing, whatever, to search and find what we want. Back then, we would put in keywords. Keywords was the thing. Put in the right keywords and you get your result list. And you take hours filtering through. Well, because of these new AI updates, you don't really have to do that. You can literally just say, I want to do a web search, or in ChatGPT case, it pretty much just search the internet anyway. That's good and kind of bad, depending on which model you're using and all of those things. So you would be, everything I've told you so far, you'll do the exact same thing, but you're looking for results. So let's see what I have prepared for you here. Yes, I have some text. I'm going to copy that in so you can see how I used it. Zoom in there so you can see that a little bit. Do a search with cited sources up to the top 3 best marketing hooks used in 2025 to grab attention of people who want to learn AI, but afraid to. All right, so get a chance to read that. I'm gonna send that in. Let's hope this one works. All right, this one is searching by the web by default. As you can see, it's providing me 3 hooks. And define the hooks and tell me what it is. 1, 2, it's doing good. It also is showing the references. I put my mouse over here. You can see the pop-up that's telling you which website it got this information for, or collection. In this case, it was 3 of them, and that's how it came up with that result. What's also great is that you can come down to the very bottom at the end of the full list, and you can click on sources. And this works in most of the other ones, Google, Gemini, Grok, all of them, it works the same. And as we can see here, here's all of the results. Yeah, I got some in 2020 and 24. I asked for 2025, but it's a long list. You see, it went through all of that, grabbed some information, aggregated it, and then presented a formatted result for you. But what I didn't do is select web search. And when you hit a web search, what it's going to do is it's going to try to find some more updated results. So I'm going to say refine the search, just because I'm lazy. And go do its thing. So it's going to check. I left the sources window open so you can see how it's trying to get more recent information. 3 days ago, yesterday, today. The other one was all in 2024. As you can see, this is mostly this year. So instead of going to the search engine and typing and filtering all of these results and clicking all of it, and then your brain having to reformat it and then read it and analyze, boom, it's already here. And that's just regular search, and that's usually quick. The next fancy one is deep search, and Gemini has it, Grok has it. These take a bit longer, from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. Think about it as having a research assistant, but you're trying to do something a little bit more specific. So when we're talking about, let's get a good one. Oil change. You want to know which oils is the best, right? And which one is preferred for which type of vehicle. If you were doing your own oil changes, well then perfect. You would go and do a deep search or deep research. This is also powerful by default. It is also doing the web search here, as you see. But you can connect any of these third-party services, including your own website if you're that technical, to give it context and say only search within here and give me the research back. I'm not going to do that now because it's going to take a bit longer. But that's something definitely for you to attempt to try. All right. Work with me in. So we're back. Brainstorming research. Next tip. Thumbs up. I hope we're doing good there. All right. All right, wonderful. Thank you. Tips: business using check and approve. Check and approve pretty much means when you get the results back, validate its correctness. Make sure it's good. If you're not sure, go old school. Go back to the search engine, search it, and feel confident before you present it to anyone else. All right, and just a reminder as you train yourself and your team, when you read those results and you patch it up before you publish it, make sure you can answer. Is Do I trust this? If you don't trust it, then don't send it to nobody else. All right. Okay, so we did get an opportunity to dive through all three of these. I went a bit fast. I'll give you guys a moment. If you have to type in questions, do that as well. Just before I move on to the next one. We did some predefined prompts that I already had. Just to kind of show you a demo accordingly. So the next one here is some prompts that's a little bit more in depth and kind of a little bit more specific to real world scenario. If you're a service-based business, you want to tell it as a service-based business owner, this is what I want. So I wanted to give you guys at least a minute or two to take a version of this and put it in your chat GPT or Gemini, whatever you're using, and just kind of get an idea of what it is and how it feels. If you already done it, if you're good at this, then fine. If not, give a little second just to set that up while I prepare the next slide. Thumbs up if we're good. I'm checking the chats too, make sure everyone didn't miss anything. Right. Okay. Now let's move on to the next slide. And the next slide is me talking about tech wing management again. You already met me, but I want to tell you a little bit about tech wing management. We manage systems that lives between business and technology. And what that means is it's pretty much any systems today, especially in business, is going to need technology. What is AI, automation, onboarding, training, standard operating procedures, the digital marketing is all things that require AI. But the AI can only do as good as the operator, right? So this is what we're focused on. So I'm Clint Kane again. You met me, facilitator advisor, and then we have Hassan Fajay. He's a facilitator advisor as well, and focusing on grants and grants readiness. And Keela Kane, which is our digital nomad here that can create all of the graphics and future social media stuff you'll see running around. Next is questions and answers. I'll take a moment here and I'll dive into the questions to see if you guys have any there. But right now, I had gotten a few questions before this presentation, and I wanted to answer those. So the first one is, what about data privacy? Security and cybersecurity is always been a thing and still would be a thing. But when it comes to data privacy, I believe the principles are still the same. What we're doing today, we should continue to do it. When I'm using AI with my personal data, I would put it into a spreadsheet, a CSV, a comma separated value, just to make sure that it is self-contained. And that's just you being security minded. If you have a gun and it kills someone, then the human takes the blame, not the gun. It's the same thing here when it comes to the privacy. It is the human in charge. So those who are using AI must have more of a security privacy mindset. Next question. Will I get lazy thinking? If you're a lazy thinker, then you will be a lazy thinker. If you're like me and you're always thinking, then and you asking questions, and you're trying to figure out new things, you'll continue to think. You'll continue to figure things out. And the last question, I already know all of this, so what's next? We'll talk about that. I have a count, but I think the true next thing is how you use AI to make the things that you care about most work. On the screen right now in this QR code, that's a survey. It's a survey saying, how did Clint do? So scan it, take a picture of it, whatever you need to, fill out that form. Let me know how I did. Let me know what other topics you want to cover. I try to keep this as high level as possible. But if you're technical and you want to know more about AI, I've been diving deep into it. We're talking about agentic thinking, AI agents. As a matter of fact, I'm extremely excited today because today Chat GPT just released a new feature, which is AI agents. So, and which is good because that goes in line with what I've been studying recently about AI agents. Just to give you an overview what AI agents is, it's pretty much making a bot that can autonomously go and do things for you, like go do my marketing. You still have to set it up, right? But go do my marketing, or go check my emails, or check the leads, and it does that consistently. All right. And so thank you for that. The QR code on the right is pretty much everything I have covered here in book form. If you need a little reference, or scan that and you can get it.